Welcome back, players, to the Seas of Rashadon. I am your dungeon master. Where we last left off with our heroes, they had just managed to complete the Dwarven Tig, and a series of events had spilled from there. Golomov's patron had taken some serious offense to the events that had occurred within the Tig, and made its displeasure known, much to the shock of Unterofficer
Iron Spike.
Ironspike. Now, with her blade currently drawn against Golomov's neck and his patron staring her down. That's where we last left off with our heroes.
I thought we left off with him fucking collapsing.
Ah, yes, he did collapse. For reminding. She still has her blade to his neck.
And Kills pretty much has a shield in front of Golemov where her sword would be.
You allow this creature to remain in your company?
Golemov has not harmed anyone here, went to Officer Iron Spike.
You saw what he can do, yes?
That was his patron, from what we believe. That was not
What's
Golemov
in
himself.
what's in the name of the great ancestors is a patron?
Magical sugar daddy?
Pretty much think of a god for us paladins and clerics. They are our patrons. They are what give us our powers to do what we need to do.
That was no god. That was something else.
Question: have you talked to a god before?
I've read stories.
For all we know, it might be something older than other gods. We do not know.
All the better chance for us to be done with him.
You lay your sword on him, then you will be detained on our way back to your commanding officer, Unter Officer Iron Spike.
You see her take a very pensive look on her face. She withdraws her weapon.
Kill.
My grandfather will hear of this, and he will make the final decision. The only reason I do not press this matter further is because you saved my life, Centaur. Now, let us go find Nikolai and be done with this forsaken place.
Very well. Congo, wanna give me a hand?
Calm. Lift the unconscious golem off. And just carries him over his shoulder.
Yeah, okay. If I'm forgetting that glass, can do that.
Yeah, he can carry a significant amount of weight.
Golemov is heavy, but I don't. Without armor, he's not that heavy.
Oh, this is gonna suck without having Mav here because you're about to go meet Father Ironspike.
He said he
He's
isn't
got.
feeling well.
Ooh.
Mhm.
All right.
It's the curse cycling in real life.
I hope. Well, I wish him the best. All right, let's continue on. All right, so you make your way through that one segment that you had all were saw the spilled blood.
Mhm.
Question:
Yes.
should I pull out the map again, or are we just going into RP mode?
I mean, if you want to pull it up for reference, basically, if you want to see it again, I'll show you all where you're coming
Oh,
from.
no, I mean, is this like, are we using it for the RP mission stuff, or is it going to be a separate location?
We're going to be in a separate location. Basically, you're going
Okay.
out the side entrance that you had found.
Okay.
Pretty much we're
that makes it
backtracking the blood from Anya.
Yeah. So you backtrack your way up the stairs, and it leads you to the main fortress proper. It is deserted and abandoned, but you do see signs of what
Fighting.
looks like a struggle happened in this area. It's the main, think of it as the main foyer of this fortress.
Mm.
Roll a perception check for me, everyone.
Perception? Alright.
Once I find it.
I ain't seen shit.
I definitely don't see shit.
I have a very strong feeling it's going to be a high DC.
Where is it?
It normally is.
And oh, one more. Okay. Nil, Gammon, and Quoth. You all see what looks like a large bear in the corner of one of the rooms, or in the corner of this foyer.
Just like a normal bear, like the ones that were on the cards.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still in one piece?
You cannot see that from where you are.
I'm gonna go over and check out the bear.
Okay. As you go to approach the bear, you start to see that it's wounded and is facing away from you. But as you get closer, it immediately turns around and starts to growl at you, and you see massive wounds on this bear.
Can I see what's this bucket?
From where you currently are, it looks like it's guarding something.
But I can't see what it's guarding.
No, not from where it looks like it's blocking whatever it's guarding.
Does it look like the elite bear, or is it one of the other bears?
Well, the reason I ask is if I did healing word, could I heal from a range?
Yeah, you could.
So I'm gonna cast healing word on whatever the bear's. Actually, let me see here. Yeah, I'll do healing word on whatever the bear's guarding.
Okay. You manage to cast Healing Word, and as your magic, effect goes over, you hear a coughing sound.
I'm also going to cast healing word on the bear.
Okay. You watch as the wounds start to snitch on the bear, or stitch up on the bear. Um, as you're all walking over towards this area, you see Anya run past you all,
And gets
and
mauled by a bear.
she basically holds her hand up to the bear, and she speaks in Dwarvish to the bear. Kongol,
Yes.
do you have Dwarvish on your character
I
sheet? If not,
do.
I need to. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear her say, "Calm now, Misha. It's all right." And the bear like starts to lick at her hand and moves slightly to the side. Oh my God, Nikolai! What did they do? If you all want to move over, you can now.
Kill Will. But staying close to Golemov just so that since he's
Oh, the
still
side table.
unconscious, since he's still within reach to protect him.
I'm carrying Golemov, so
Yes, but it would still be in close proximity because you're encumbered by Golemov. So you can't really fight.
he's calling you fat.
No.
Um, you As you all manage to get closer, you see Nikolai. And while your healing word did help, he is wounded beyond what magical healing could save.
Where did the map thing go?
Even lay on hands, I'm guessing.
Even lay on hands. He is slightly eviscerated.
Mm,
Important bits are missing.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
Healing magic can stitch what is there, but it
but
can't
we would
replace
need a
what's gone.
wish to pretty much
Yeah,
mend
you
him.
need significantly higher magic.
Can we build him faster, stronger for 6 million pesos?
No.
I try to make him comfortable in his dying moments.
Ugh. Anya. You live. Shut up, you old fool. Not that old. Were the others successful? Aye. They were successful. Is there anything any of you can do?
Gil lowers his head
Uh,
and shakes his head.
I'm too far gone, girl. At least you made it out safe. Father Iron Spike will be pleased. Did you recover anything of anything of worth?
That sounded important and/or expensive. Do I have to roll medical check on that?
Oh my! I was saying he's like coughing blood.
He's literally puking up.
That sounded important.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
As the only person with
that sounded
any-
like you're long.
Worst part is that's coming from the person who actually has a specialization with medicine. So the closest person to an actual trained doctor or nurse is usually like, that sounded important.
Well, it works. It works for what's going on. All right.
Hi,
Oh,
how?
you watch as he uses his hand and reaches up and pulls out. Congo, you would recognize this. These are dog tags. And he pulls them out. Tell my children that I died with honor. I will. It has been a great service working with you, men. And Nikolai breathes his final breath.
Congo Isaiah. Let's see. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe stoic might be the right word. Just expression on his face. Oh, solemn. There we go.
Solemn expression.
Yes. Kind of paying his respects to Nikolai. I mean, dummy walks up to the bear.
Roll an animal handling.
Animal handling. Darn, I'm proficient in nature.
Misha leans into your hand.
Just kind of
From what
come.
you can feel, like this, even Misha seems to feel solemn with Nikolai's passing.
Yes. And having been a warrior among the dwarves, Kongo would hopefully know this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just comforting the bear, maybe some dwarvish here and there.
Yep. You watch as Anya takes Nikolai's rifle and straps it over her shoulder. Let us go see if the carts are still intact. I'm not leaving his body here.
How much does Golemov weigh?
Like 300 pounds.
Good.
How much does Nikolai weigh?
Yes.
Nowhere near that much. Probably like
What am I gonna
200.
do?
He's a
Brownies
stoic
are
guy.
brownies are
Congo-
done.
Congratulations.
I gotta go back in 10 minutes to depan them though.
Kongo will go to pick up Nikolai with his free arm. I can carry 600, so.
All right. You all managed to make your way outside the fortress, back to the place that y'all had made your way in. The carts are still there. The other bear is dead. And the other automatons are destroyed. It looks like Nikolai tried to fight back the creatures as they were trying to take Anya away.
But didn't have enough firepower, I'm guessing.
He didn't have enough to stop them.
What you doing, you little furry bugger?
How many cards were there?
3.
3.
3.
I thought we had 4.
Nope. You only had 3.
Oh. Because I thought we had 4 after Maverick did the whole song and dance number about saving a cart.
Y'all were able to pull one of the carts, but there are only 3 bears.
No. So we can move a cart.
Mm-hmm. Unless, you could probably move 2. You did notice there were a lot of stuff still, other relics and things like that were left from the Iron Spikes family here. It's just it wasn't your priority to bring them back. Mostly it was like plans and stuff like that. And what's left of
Well, and
the
it wasn't what we
the
were contracted to
Warforged.
do either.
Yeah.
You were contracted to
we
go
cleared
in
out.
and clear.
Yeah.
I would say load up the corpses on one cart, and anything afterwards is just kind of extra. Removing.
All right, you can, if y'all want to go back down and go and get the rest, what's left of the Warforged Titan. There are parts of it left. Not all of it is destroyed, but
But the main
at least
carapace is probably gone.
yeah.
I'd say
sure.
grab like a
We'll grab
part
it.
or 2, just to show that hey, this is what was
Wait.
down there.
Yes, it would be good proof to. It would
The
be
important
good
bits.
proof and evidence.
Proof and evidence,
Yeah.
and if anything else down there that Anya sees as pretty much valuable for that, the Iron Spikes, grab them too.
All right, you guys spend a couple of hours going through the fortress. You notice no other hostilities in there. Are any of you going to show her that place where you found Iron Fang?
Yeah. Go in.
Okay. Who's going in there?
Kill primarily because he'd be pretty much lead, just make sure nothing else is in the fort.
Okay. Anyone else want to go?
Sure, I'll go along.
Okay.
I think Congo will.
The bird will
Okay.
follow the horse.
Just everyone's coming now.
Oh.
All right. So
I'm
everybody's
staying
going in there.
consistent.
It looks
Alright.
like it. As well, I don't want to be left out.
Okay. That's fine. You all take her down to the hidden
Armory.
storage room that you had all found. And you watch as she drops to a knee and places a hand across her chest. Congo, you can hear her say in Dwarvish, "Glory be to the ancestors." This is a significant find.
I'm guessing she's talking about the other automaton that was in there? The other bigger one?
Oh yeah, there was a deactivated one in there, wasn't there?
Well, deactivated when they got its head chopped off.
Yeah, didn't we beat it to death?
Yeah, I did.
Easily.
No, she's actually more talking about the
Other artifacts that we didn't see?
no, she's talking about the room itself.
Mm.
This was a reliquary of my ancestors. Looks like there was something that was supposed to be in here. Did you all find anything in here?
Besides the
did.
big scary monster.
My axe.
And a certain... What was it? A fucking Warhammer? Wasn't it?
War pick, actually.
War
Iron
pick.
Fang is a war pick.
We found a big axe pointing at, pretty much doing a military point at Congo with his axe out and about. And then we found a war pick. I personally don't know what it is, but our elf has it on his person.
You, Undermensch, let me see that axe.
He just kind of growls. Because, the axe.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it from there.
You watch as she narrows her eyes at you. I'm not mean to take it from you. Just hold the weapon out so I may examine the runes on it.
He holds it out, but leaves at least a hand on it.
You watch as she kind of takes the weapon and like moves it down so she can examine it. Do you resist?
Yes.
Okay.
Darn you, Berserker Hex.
As you go to pull the weapon back, she looks at you. What is wrong with you, Undermensch?
I don't like people touching my axe.
It is not yours.
Trying to think of right words here. It is now. I've blooded in combat.
This would be great.
Also, we may or may not have super glued it to his hand.
What is super glue?
I think what the chemical name is for it.
Super glue doesn't exist.
You just bind things
Well,
with
from what I
magic.
can see, it is a rune weapon. But it is designed to be used by the Undermage. Father Ironspike will like to take a look at it when we get back to the fortress. Hopefully you will show him better decorum than you show me.
Congo leaves it.
What about the other thing? There are 2+ here.
Where did Elendil go?
As soon as you say his name, he looks from around the corner. Ah, yeah, you called. He's like
It's
holding a bunch of scrolls.
It's like he's actually here.
Kill just
Uh,
face palms a little bit because from how he W looks in his current state.
what? Oh, you're checking the hidden place that we found these things.
Elendil, that weapon that you took from here, that's on your person. Anya would like to examine it.
Well, let me show off this fantastic weapon I got here. And you watch as he pulls out Iron Fang. A great weapon. I do say so myself. You watch as Anya puts her hand on her axe as he pulls it out. That belongs to my ancestors. Well, they weren't using it at the time, and we needed it to save your life. I believe it's fair that I acquired this weapon. I'm willing to give it back to you, but I will need significant compensation. We can talk it over later.
Elendil, you should know about our arrangement with Father Ironspike by now.
Ah, yes, we made an agreement with Father Ironspike to return.
And our main objective was clear out this tag. Nothing more, nothing less. And if we found artifacts, they would be handled by Nikolai and Unterofficer Ironspike.
My friend, I would defer to you on this. But the weapon is a little attached to me. I can't just give it away. So it is bound to you.
Drop.
It's not a thing is it's not a matter of will.
No. You watch as he tries to drop it. But he looks at you. I can't drop it.
Can't or won't?
I can't. As I said, we may be a lot of things.
Have we hit
Your
combat yet?
lordship,
Can
but I am not a liar.
Can detect magic also detect curses? Like, can you tell if something's cursed?
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't tell with detect magic. You can tell it's magical. with detect magic. You'd have to identify, which Nil has run on it, and it still
so
didn't
we
show any
do.
curse.
Oh, it didn't show a curse. It didn't show a
Mm-hmm.
curse.
Mm-hmm.
Did I identify?
Even with identify, yep, you identified the weapons. I just did it for sake of time when we were going through the exploration. Now I believe you should release your hold on my mind, and we can finish up here. We'll deal with this later.
Fine. Releases the power. Releases the command.
You watch as he. Thank you, my friend.
That, my friend, sounded like I wish to see you hang.
Well,
Take it for what you will.
it is Elendil and Kill that we're talking about here, so I think both of them would like to see the other hang. So
I'm trying my best to play him how his character would be. Do not
But I
judge
like
me.
my little horsey. My favorite.
And you all managed to pick up most of the artifacts. You even managed to get part of the Titan stored away as well.
So I'm guessing it fit all in 3 carts, or was it? Or was it
because
2?
you can't take the third cart.
Mm.
You
I'm-
put as much as you could in the 2 carts.
I just have like a
I'm
mental
guessing we
image.
also bound up Nikolai's body and.
You managed to find some cloth, and yeah, you wrapped up his body. And then you all make your way back to the Iron Spike Tig. Iron Spike Tig proper. Their actual main.
Their main fortification outside the
Yeah,
Bass
it's about
Mountain.
another 2 days to get back, yeah.
I'm guessing we didn't come across the giant centipede-looking things.
Thankfully, no.
I'm guessing their bodies are
But
kind
you
of.
do still have the Remora's eggs.
Mm.
I forget how many he found. I'd have to look at
2,
his character sheet.
I
He
think.
found 2? Okay.
I'm pretty sure 2.
Let me see. He did not put them in his inventory.
Or are they in the party sheet?
I don't see anything.
I'll put them in the party sheet.
We have a potion of animal.
Or did he put it in his notes? Is it in his notes?
I didn't check there. I'll put it in the party inventory.
Nope, I didn't want to close that.
Okay, there you go. All right. Continuing on. You all managed to make your way back to the fortress. They let you in. You do hear one of the guards remark about how your convoy seems a lot lighter than when it left.
So I'm guessing they say this in Dwarvish, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kongol's the only one who hears it.
Okay.
There was a series of significant emotional event.
All too true.
But now that I
And
say
you
that, I'm
make
going
your
to
way
get
back
sued
to
by
Father
Limp Bizkit.
Ironspike.
I'm guessing someone came and got Nikolai's body. Or else I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Some of the soldiers took Nikolai's body from you. They actually gave you guys a nod as they walked away with his body.
Fallen soldier, we don't leave him behind.
Unless there is nothing to take back with you.
Then we just find their dog tags. And maybe
You
their
will
weapons.
go see Father Ironspike and inform him of your success. I will take care of Misha here and make sure that the goods get stored away. Let it be known. Disagreements aside, I do appreciate what you did.
Yes. Heat of battle, though, does make a few disagreements more heated than necessary. And the loss of your comrade Nikolai is deeply great.
Ah. And off you go.
I'm guessing we're going to be still in our combat armor. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Kill, make sure that he removes his helmet and stows his shield and everything else.
Ah, my friends. Welcome. It is good. Good to see you all. So, how was the expedition?
Which part do you want to know, sir?
You want the bad news, the badder news, or the kind of okay news?
That's bad.
And then with the bad news, where would you like to start?
The good news is your daughter's alive, or granddaughter, or whatever.
I'm pleased to hear that. Great, great.
Bad
But-
news,
This
the other
was
one's dead.
What?
Nikolai died in combat, sir. He died
Right.
protecting your granddaughter.
He was one of my best soldiers. Continue.
Our initial thoughts of the fortress was that some machinery might have just activated on its own, but due to certain items being more and more violent as we pressed in, things started looking more dark, like someone's taken over the ancient fortress and started to use it for their own malicious deeds.
What do you mean, someone?
Question. Out of character question.
Continue.
You said you don't really know what the Mind Flayer thing was.
Mm-hmm.
To what, if and or degree, are we able to describe it as a field
Very
of
well.
work for this?
It's pretty much
We can
burned
describe
into our
it very well.
minds. It's
So we can say that a magical, floaty, squid-faced man with
Mm-hmm.
super worldly powers had taken up residence and was doing all sorts of shenanigans and bullshit in the corner.
Correct. You could say that.
Has Golemov regained consciousness?
Not yet.
so he's kind of
Just sleepy.
Refreshing my memory, the Mind Flayer, didn't he at least say or try to make us believe that he was of the Legion?
Mm-hmm.
And yet, what Golomov's patron said was that they were pretenders.
Right.
usurpers, pretenders,
Usurpers.
pretty much fake. Fake insert here.
Posers.
But Kill describes what he believes was the main culprit to why certain things were active when they should have been deactivated.
Yeah,
He
I just
watches-
asked to be sure, like, we're
Mhm.
putting something that we shouldn't.
You watch as Father Ironspike's face gets very dour.
When he also had some massive creatures, almost like giant frogs.
You watch as he rises from his seat, walks over to a list of books on his wall, pulls out a certain book, lays it down on the table,
I'm guessing he is pretty much in a hurry.
and he thumbs through some pages.
Does it say Monster Manual on the front?
It does not. Ass.
Mm,
And he flips the page that he's currently open. Did it look like this? And you see it's a rough sketch of
The things we
the
fought.
frog-like creatures look like that.
Yes.
Yes, Diraka note. What we discuss in here does not leave this room. Am I understood?
Kill does a centaur salute to signify that he understands.
Very well.
He's looking at all of you, not just Kill.
Well, I just.
I look like I'm being fought.
Mm-hmm.
Gammon nods.
Bird nods.
I agree to the NDA.
I'm guessing Eldel also nods.
Eldel is trying to not make eye contact.
He's trying not to show that he has stolen goods.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. All right.
His hand is caught in the cookie jar, and the cookie jar won't come off.
It's not a cookie jar, it's a fucking bear trap.
Back to the
That's good.
back to the plot. These are what remains of my grandfather's notes during the Legion invasion. If you saw these creatures down there, we might have more problems than just a forgotten tag.
Kill just shakes his head and Sylvian goes, fuck.
Were it only the group of creatures that you found?
Did we
Those-
tell him
Did
about
we
the
describe
flying
the Mind
monkeys?
Flayer to him?
I thought we
Yeah.
already did.
Kill described the mind flayer and the
That creature I do not know. This is not in any of the notes that I have seen.
Well, he's
Oh,
the one who claimed to
do-
be in command.
Do we tell him about the discount flying monkeys?
Well, you could.
I just didn't know if we already had.
Nope.
Uh-uh. Those I also have no notes of. But from what you described, they sound like simple golems.
I'm guessing he probably
Basically an earlier iteration of our automaton projects. There are some remains of the golems that we created a lot too long ago. But those seem to be smaller and more bestial than the ones that we have created.
while the Mind Flayer may have claimed to
Well, he
be
does.
from the Legion, we have reason to believe that he may not be as much Legion as he would want himself to be.
What makes you say that?
Certain events that transpired.
What events?
We're not 100% sure ourselves at the moment. The only one we could probably answer for that is currently out cold in the back room. So you're about as in the dark as we are.
Ah, you do seem to be missing one of your party members.
Yes,
He
he
had
is.
a episode down there.
What do you mean episode?
We're not exactly sure how to describe it, but
Try your best. I
It's
must
like-
know everything that's transpired down there, especially seeing as how one of my men is currently dead, and you're telling me that I currently have a Legion invasion in my lands.
It's more like your basement. But the nicest way I can describe it is think of a paladin without the holy bits, but he still has the patron bits.
Kill just looks at Nil like, what the fuck?
He cocks an eyebrow at that. So what, he is a fallen paladin? Is that what you're saying?
Not quite. He kind of skipped the paladin side of it and it basically just has something talking in his head. I don't know. We never really had a chance to ask it.
What do you mean it?
It talks from time to time. Gives him his powers, as far as we know. Don't really know
So-
what it is. Could be an elder god. Could be God knows what. We just knows it's tried to protect him and it hasn't killed anything. Well, anything that hasn't tried to kill him.
So you're telling me
And this being
that's
normally comes out when we're dealing with other Legion artifacts. Like, it absolutely despises these artifacts.
Yeah, it tends to laugh and scorn at them and make fun of them.
so it is what, a leftover demon lord?
Demon Lord,
Well,
some kind
not
of deity that we don't know of, or some other type of deity that has appeared in this form for whatever reason. We really haven't had a chance to sit down and, pick through his head. And there's like really weird conditions to make it pop out.
I suggest you do something about that. I would not deal with something I do not know. But that is your business.
kill
This
Bowser.
is their.
Either way, this is why we believe that there might be some shenanigans going on with these Legion, quote unquote Legion, that they may not be what they claim to be.
Hmm. They claim that they're Legion, but they may be pretend legions or copycats.
Or they're
Or-
trying to use
fanatics
previous
are
power
weirdly.
for their own gains.
Yeah.
So they might be leftover remnants trying to restart the invasion.
Remnants
Maybe.
are
But the
possibly-
last words that
They-
our friend's other side of him said was usurpers.
So one who has taken something that does not belong to them. Thieves.
Yes.
This is interesting information. And you say it saw this on after it looked at the runes that were on the large warforge that you had seen. Correct?
Yes. Yes. We tried
As
to,
far as we're aware, those weren't dwarven runes on the Warforge.
and whenever we tried to rub off an etching of the rune, it would do reverse effects, like pain, suffering, pretty much anything that is evil.
So, whatever it is, back to these runes. You tried to transcribe them, and they caused an adverse effect to you.
Yes.
Were you able to salvage them in any shape, form, or fashion? Were you able to bring any part of this Warforged with you?
We brought parts of the Warforged back, but I don't know if any of the runes survived.
We
Yeah, I don't know
also-
if we brought the rune pack or not.
We also have a much larger metallic golem, we believe, that might have the similar runes, but we don't know.
I will have to send my runesmiths through this. I do thank you for the precautions.
It
But
is-
we will take excellent care. Was there anything else you managed to find in the Tig?
Elendil, come forth.
Ah! Yes,
This seems to be stuck
Father
to our
Ryan
friend's
Spike.
hand.
It is, let me, I found this.
Wow, he got hit so hard in the head, he has an accent now. Beat the
Well,
English right out
it's
of him.
supposed to be a Christopher Walken accent.
Mhm.
I'm trying. They do blend together.
Mhm. And
Oh, no.
insert Christopher
I'm just-
Walken here, and pretend it's Christopher Walken.
I found
Just have
this,
Kill hit him in the head a few more times to fix it.
I found this thing, and I can't exactly drop it. But it has served me well. If you are not too, your people
I
have been
seem
doing
to be
fine without
rather-
it for quite some time.
I seem to be rather attached to it.
If you could leave it in my custody, I promise you it will see greater use than would probably sitting in your
Reliquary.
vaults or reliquary. Thank you, Mr. Gavin. Good word there.
Elendil. Anything that belongs to that of the Iron Spikes belongs to them.
Yeah, but we put in an exorbitant amount of effort.
To
We did
kill
not anticipate
anything,
this much.
to kill anything that was in the tag that was deemed necessary to kill, such as all the golems, the metal one, and those red frog-like things and that other thing.
I'm
And
just saying, we put a lot of life and limb. We saved your granddaughter.
Father Einspike, do you know about this artifact?
You watch as he looks through the book. My grandfather spoke of one last great piece of work was worked before they had to abandon the Tig. Maybe that is what he was working on. You say you also found an axe.
yes, and Anya also kind of confirmed that it was meant for Goliath.
Well, my grandfather did have one preferred bodyguard. It was probably meant for him.
Judging by
I
how
am not too worried about these things. As
Kill.
far as I am concerned, it is yours.
Kill
But do not
bows,
show these things around.
Kill bows his head at Father Ironspike's decision.
Consider it as a parting gift. Shice.
I wish I did not have to
I
bring
need
this.
to bring this before the Crag
I wish
and
I
the
didn't
High
have to.
King.
I wish I
Sorry.
didn't have to bring this news before you, Father Ironspike. But Any details on this matter would be not left out.
Yes, you are correct.
Um, just in general, story wise, when the
Mm-hmm.
Legion invasion happened, was it all over the place or did it centralize in a certain area?
Everywhere.
And it just kind of like sprang up.
Yeah. And that's all that people kind of remember. Just one day there was these armies of undead and demonic and creatures that most people couldn't even understand started attacking villages, and then they started going after major cities. Um, a lot of the nations lost a lot of their population, but they managed to fight them back. The dwarves were pretty much isolationists during the entire time, and then when they did come back, they had a lot of inventions that were beyond what everyone else knew was possible.
Pretty much, they compiled everything into research and development, and they got their asses in gear. It's pretty much what they did. Did a lot of R&D, and then came out saying, "Hi, I got the big guns now, so get the fuck off my lawn." But
They
let's
keep Iron Fang, elf. Now your compensation. I believe I promised you monetary reward for this, correct?
correct, sir.
I believe it was 10,000 gold pieces, correct?
I do believe that was the arranged deal, sir.
It is paid. I have one other favor to ask you.
Name it, sir.
I will need you to bring your account before the council and the High King.
Very well, sir.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of an in-character thing? Like, so
Pretty
are
much
we
we're
being put into trial, or are we acting as witness on behalf of the court?
Witness.
Okay.
we're bringing a major event forward to that of people in high power.
It'd be like walking into the Senate going like, we found that, yeah, there was like, all of Al-Qaeda was hiding in Texas's basement for some reason.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
Why it was there? Don't know.
Add this to your.
Money bag, pretty much.
Their
Mhm.
money. Oh, you're redoing the money bag. I was just like, why did the money bag like empty out completely?
Yeah, because when I add things to it, it has to. I have to type out the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't really just remove one character then put a new one in its place.
Yeah.
It's a little finicky.
Anyway. Continuing on. We have a council meeting tomorrow. You will join me there. Until that time, you may all enjoy a guest room. I believe your friend is already there.
Kill bows his head. Do all of us need to be at this inquiry, or just one or two of us?
If you choose to make just one emissary, I can understand. But it would be best if one of the ones who actually saw it in a first-hand account also brings this information with me.
Very well.
Do not worry, I can guarantee your safety. But whoever comes, you must be on your best behavior. As I have said, I am more willing to deal with the outside races than the rest of the kind.
Very well.
especially the High King.
I would probably propose that I and Congo go there, and C and I were in the front lines where all this happened. So
No offense to your undiminished friend, but it would not be best to bring him before the council. There are
understood.
some who are still stuck in their old ways.
If it
Understood,
helps, I
sir.
shot at it.
Okay, Neil, you can come.
And you all retire to a room. Retire to the room.
Yep.
Once you get in there, you see Golemov is sitting up in the bed.
Eyes glowing or normal eyes?
Normal eyes. Well, you can't really see because he's facing away from you all, and he's looking at something.
That's good to see you awake, Golemov.
Uh, Kill. It is good to see you all. I apologize. When did we make it back?
Couple hours ago, sir. Couple hours, friend. You've been
Do
how?
any of you know about this? And you all look in front of him, and he's looking at a. You remember those one-eyed creatures that you guys fought?
Floating
I don't
One-eyed?
know. We've murdered quite a few things.
One-eyed
The floating
creatures?
ball.
Oh, the
Beholder?
The
fucking
not
Oh,
beholders.
the
yeah.
not
Oh.
beholder, yeah.
The
Yeah.
multiple-eyed things.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid long ass hallway room.
Yeah.
The alleyway of
You just
death.
say hall. Yeah, you just say hallway room.
Discount beholders?
Mm-hmm.
Is he holding
Dollar,
a baby beholder?
dollar store brand?
It looks like one. It's just one eye.
Genetic defected one?
Actually,
it-
no, that wouldn't make sense for what this creature is. I need to what his familiar would be.
A tentacle puppy thing?
Give me 1 second. I need to pull it up. Very. No, I need spells. Let's see. Nope, not that.
Oh shoot.
Oh god, what is that thing called? Try to find it. I'd have to pull up my actual monsters manual. Give me 1 second. Uh-uh. That's not it. That's what it is. You all see this thing. In front of Golemov.
Yeah.
Congo looks ready to murder it.
No. I think we would have noticed if thing was somewhere.
It does not seem hostile, but it has been floating in front of me as soon as I awaken.
I wonder if it's not from your patron.
You watch as he looks at the creature, and it just looks at all of you.
Detect evil.
It is not evil. It is 100% neutral. It's that same weird neutral that you usually detect off of Golemov.
So neutral, but weird neutral.
Yeah.
Blurry.
You've all been speaking, right?
Yes.
Not
And you all look at it, it looks
Bird
it
hasn't.
like moves an eye stalk towards all of you, but keeps its main eye on Golemov. Are you in league with the master?
That depends on what you mean by master.
The master and his acolytes.
Are
That
you
is what you
referring
are.
to Golemov?
He is my master.
We're not really acolytes, we're friends. Two very
What
different.
is friends?
Friend is someone you have made a bond with. Someone that you trust.
Acolytes.
Acolyte is someone that you have trained in, say, some form of art. Say, a religion.
Acolytes.
Alright, sure, we'll go with acolyte.
I place a
Sound
hand on
defeated.
Golemov's shoulder and say, "We'll have to work on this."
As I believe we will. Do you have a name, creature? This one has no name, master. This will take getting used to.
I can say that, to say the least, since I don't think I've seen anything like this thing at all. Actually, I know I have never seen anything like this at all. But maybe it's related to one of those big things that we saw in that death corridor.
The better question is why is it following me, calling me master?
I want to say it's because of your patron and being, well, what you are, Guillemard, to say the least. Like,
What's the
but
last thing you remember from before you woke up?
I remember.
Yep, who left?
Red Thor.
Hmm.
I remember we had just defeated the creatures in the tide. And it went blank from there.
Do you remember the construct?
I remember the automaton, yes.
Do you remember looking and examining the automaton?
That I do not remember.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Your patron kind of blew it up after we just finished combat, and Anya was very much safe. But
So the girl lives.
Yes, but unfortunately her friend does not.
he died fighting. He died a warrior's death.
Mm. A death is a death. Warrior, scholar. It does not matter.
Golemov, do you remember the first time you made contact with this patron, what you were studying?
I was still at the academy studying astrology, and I was observing the stars.
Just looking through a scope at the stars?
That is correct.
Hmm.
Did your patron reveal anything to you this time, or do you just not remember anything after he took over? Or it took over?
I remember floating in it felt like a void. Endless. Black. Then I cannot remember. But it felt like a piece of me was moved.
Hmm.
Was removed or moved? I didn't catch that.
Removed.
Gammon looks at the creature again.
Well,
I
whatever.
believe I've seen something like this before. Usually when new acolytes at the Elven Enclave, I saw some of them, they would do a familiar ritual. And some would claim that the familiar is part of them. I I think that might be what has happened to Mr. Golemov here. He's created a familiar somehow.
Potential, but then again, it's probably the closest lead that you ever gave us so far, Mr. Elendil.
I aim to help out. What can I say?
Well, pretty much padding your own purse while you're at it.
I need to make some profit. And my profits have always benefited everyone.
What? I can't remember. What exactly? What was his previous employment?
It is. He was supposedly a guard at the essentially Elven Magical Academy.
Okay.
So he's a mall cop.
Sure.
He
Think
had
of
his own.
the Templars from Dragon Age. That was essentially his job.
He had his own segue
Mall
and
cop.
everything.
A mall cop with the authority to kill people. Yes.
An American mall cop.
Even they don't have the right to kill anyone.
They're just not trying hard enough.
A
Oh.
try-hard mall cop.
Yes.
Alright, let's continue on.
But from what I've seen, most familiars are very loyal to their master. So long as Mr. Golemov is still on our side, the creature will probably be on our side as well.
What sorts of capabilities did these familiars have?
It varies from caster to caster. Some of them were simple things like house cats or dogs, or I even saw a pseudo dragon once. Now that one was interesting.
Like a flying living Bic lighter.
Well, this thing looks like a pseudo beholder, so
Maybe whatever his patron is has more ties to the Legion than we originally thought. I
what
mean,
makes
let's
you
put
say
it
that?
together. Every time we've encountered a Legion artifact, that whatever it is that's controlling him has gotten extremely angry.
Yeah,
And now it just decides to throw what looked like one of those things we saw in the tag into his service without his volition. I think we might have some more things to worry about with him.
You make it sound like it dumped an abandoned puppy on him. Except this one's
I
green
don't know.
floats.
Little creature, what are you capable of? I serve the master, and the master's will. You guys have also noticed this thing has not blinked this entire time. And it's like fixed an eye stalk on each one of you individually.
well, one thing's for sure. Nothing's getting the drop on that thing. But I suggest we all probably get some rest and bathe while we can, since, well, none of us have had the
The
comfort.
luxury in a while.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And with that, you all freshen up and get some rest. Except for Golemov, who is still unable to sleep.
He meditates more than sleep. At least we think it's meditation. He's really interested in the book.
Mm-hmm. It's usually what he does. He just reads when you all are sleeping.
He doesn't have like a power saving mode.
I'm going
No.
to. I would like to not do a practice of my faith and
Kill.
speak with
We'll do the same.
shoot, what's his name?
Habakkuk.
In regard to with this Legion
shoot.
activity that seems to be.
Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
So, do I need to make a roll or anything?
Oh, he folded.
Yeah, do a religion check for me.
Religion.
Kill and like to see if he can get any advice on
A 17 to a 7.
if
Dang it.
Helm has seen any activity with his their paladins and clerics out in the other rest of the world.
You would have to send like a letter.
So can't do just normal daily ritual and
No, you can't commune through like divine
Back.
means like that.
Gods are not.
So what?
Alright. I guess I'll just see if
Wait.
just
You
do
have
my
to send like priority post to your god?
You don't have a cell phone signal here.
No, it's not. It's not like he can talk to his god and get a chat room from all the paladins of Helm.
Oh, is it kind
I
of the
guess
instance
I'll
of how like
just-
the Ultramarines are for the God Emperor?
I guess
Chanting in
I'll
the
just
background.
do my daily routine of
I mean, roll a religion.
right? Nope.
Nothing.
I find it interesting that religion rolls are tied to something that is not typically the stat of paladins and clerics.
Yep.
Because your god hates you. That is.
I need to
Well,
figure out how druids commune with gods. I've never looked
just
into
in
that.
general, religion is an intelligence check, and paladins are charisma, and clerics are wisdom. So if I just find it odd that the like
It's because of
main
how religion is how they relate to like religion being something you're knowledgeable in. Because realistically, you could be a believer, but you don't know jack shit. But there's no real alternative to that in D&D for communing.
Yeah, it's
For
not.
shits
That's why
and
I just use a
giggles.
religion check.
Yeah.
For
I
shits
imagine
and
it
or
has to be some.
giggles.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a religion check?
You really don't follow a faith, so I mean, you can do it. It's just not probably anything gonna happen.
Unless you
He
roll
rolls a 20.
rolls a
He has
nat
to find
20.
He has to find a
You
religion.
know, roll it for shits and giggles. Go on
He
ahead.
rolls
We'll
a
see what
nat 20
happens.
and becomes a paladin of whatever.
I grab the plus part of it.
grab the little die.
Just double click. Just double click on the dice over there.
What dice? There is
The
no
little
dice.
tiny,
you
the little nat
just
20 die or the
double-click on the
d20
religion.
die next to the.
The plus. There's a little D20 down on the left.
There you go.
Ah, well, he got halfway there.
I commend my soul to any god that can find it.
That is a very open-ended question, and I don't
That's-
think you want to do.
Golomov's god takes you up your request.
Yes, hello tech
I-
support. We got an elephant and we tried
Mill,
turning it
while
off
you're
and on
sleeping,
again.
you suddenly see yourself plunged into an endless void.
Yay, we all get our own familiars.
It's Tuesday again. Oh,
you're floating.
existential dread.
All of just nil or everyone that communed.
Just nil.
I was apparently the only one who actually rolled high enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
And suddenly you see. One sec, let me see if I can get this image.
I thought you meant all
I'll
of
post
us
it in D&D.
were in an
No.
endless void.
no.
No, Nil
One
just
sec.
happens to be the only one who condemned her soul to anybody.
Probably one of my favorite quotes ever for a Terry Pratchett thing. Guy's about to get hung for being a con artist. He's like, last words, I commit my soul to any god that can fucking find it.
Well, I think I God found it.
It's probably not the way you want.
Something found it.
Roll a die to see which God finds it.
Well, Nash. 50-50.
Great. Hooker. Death Hooker.
Hookers and
Nurgle.
blow or BDSM? Or what's that weird one that got fucking written out? Malcath? Whatever the fuck his face is.
Nurgle finds your soul.
No, I mean nil's like it'd be probably corn.
I'm trying to get those two mixed up between corn and cane. 'Cause
Corn.
they do kind of the same thing. Kinda.
Both are.
So, corn is older than cane. We'll talk about that later.
That's a whole discussion after stream.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the right image. I had it a long time ago, and I thought I had saved it, but I did not.
Is it Cthulhu?
It is not Cthulhu.
Is it a random Shoggoth? Would it be anything I would recognize from the Telenomicon?
No. I'm
You are now the patron of Golomov's familiar.
Correction, the Necrotelenomicon. Or also known as the Liber Benignium Flavarium.
Nope, that's God damn it. I'll have to find the image later. Remind me to find
Scary
essentially you
monster.
see a creature floating in the void. Can't see it clearly.
Is this like the ending of Evangelion? Or are we going down that route?
And suddenly you are plunged into what looks like
War
an
Void?
ocean. And rising from the sea, you see and I'm going to send this directly to you.
Discord, please load. I didn't like that I tabbed out.
Cthulhu himself. And all of his fishy glory.
That rising from the sea.
And that's different than the creature I saw before, or
Oh, this is something you just don't understand.
well, no, I'm just wondering, like, if the creature I saw before I hit the ocean thing is the same as that thing, or is that something different?
This is it looked oddly similar to what you saw floating in the abyss.
Hmm.
And you watch as the two halves look towards you and you wake up.
This is a perfectly timed message on the phone there.
Doop. Code Brown, I repeat, Code Brown.
It was either a nightmare or your phone woke you up.
Yeah, I
Or
got
rope,
reincarnated with my phone. That's what that is.
or waifu bot just slapped you across the face.
No, just the bell that I've hit in one of her tits rings for the alarm.
Oh my god, stop going. You know what? Hang on ahead and mute my phone. I apologize about that.
You're fine, War. You're fine.
Okay.
Wow,
Alright.
WaifuBot has a lot of update notifications.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
All right, let's continue on.
Yep.
Are we all sleeping same room or
Everybody
separate?
is sleeping. And you roll a perception for me.
Disadvantage, advantage, anything? Just perception?
Just perception. You see Golomov is studying his book,
The default.
but you notice that little creature that is familiar is looking dead at you.
Like, just normally, just like.
All the eyes are looking dead at you.
Does it do anything else? Or just sits there
Nope.
like. It's basically just like full spotlight, like. Found you, bitch.
Yeah.
Does Golmov notice this? Because aren't they linked
Golomov's
at
not
some
paying
point?
attention to you.
Oh, I thought Familiar shared some kind of perception thing with the.
When the master wants them to.
Oh, I didn't know if it was just kind of like a default.
No, it's not.
What are you looking at?
Okay. So how do you respond?
Uh, I guess I just kind of look right back at it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of
You do one of
staring,
those like jerk stare things, like
just staring competition between to see who blinks first.
think you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I'm going to lose. Because I figure I probably woke up in a pretty good cold sweat from that.
Yeah.
The jerking motion, me waking up, none of that alerted Omov at all. He's all in his little like sleep mode or
Yeah.
default.
Well, Golemov's not really asleep. You can see he's actively reading through the book or studying it or something. He's usually that's what he does when you all
Uh,
usually sleep. He just
so it's his power saving function.
that is his power saving function. Yeah.
So woke up, cold sweat, saw a smoopy, scary, gaudy, celestial thing staring down at the not a beholder TM.
Not a beholder of light, you mean?
And copyright.
The baby
Mm-hmm.
beholder.
The baby beholder.
It's not a freaking chia pet.
Bullshit.
If you water it, does it grow more eye stalks?
Does it come with chia paint dry?
Let's continue on, people.
That was a legitimate question.
Unless spray it, find out afterwards. So I'm staring it down. Golmov hasn't noticed.
When you finally do blink, you notice that it's no longer looking at you, and it seems to be reading the book along with Golomov.
Was it ever really looking at you?
If it picks up on that. Does it respond?
Mm, that's what it says back to you.
In like full volume or
The
whispered back?
exact same language that you used.
Well, no, I'm just like wondering, is it speaking low enough that anyone else would hear, or is it just doing the beam mindy thing?
Our ass is asleep.
Well, I didn't know if it
It
might
is,
wake anybody
it is
up.
speaking loud enough that other people would hear. It does not do mind speak.
Yeah, I just didn't know because he has mind speak. Does it do it too?
Nope.
I don't know what the hell it does.
Yeah, no. Its speech is the exact same as you.
Actually, I could probably be doing this in vocal.
Yeah, we could.
This just probably works better in RP sense.
Yeah.
Oh no. Where's Mr. Scary looking face person again? I need to see something real quick.
Hmm?
I just need to see something real quick on the picture.
Mm-hmm. And you watch as the creature responds.
Is that
Golem
because
finally looks up. He just looks at you and then looks at the thing. What are you two talking about?
oh wait, does he not have that language? I thought
I
Golmov
do
had this
not.
language.
I do not know what language you're speaking.
And then out of character thing,
Mm-hmm.
was that just because you didn't know what I had wrote, or it didn't know as a character?
No, oh yeah, that is very much it. It just gives you the what. Like it doesn't seem highly intelligent.
So about as much as it knows is that it follows Golomov. Golomov is master. That is it.
Mm-hmm. It's about as intelligent as Waifu Bot. It might be even dumber.
That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure WaifuBot's CPU is like maybe 26K. I'm surprised she even knows how to, stand up.
Waifu Bot's a Commodore 64.
That's too much. We're looking
Actually,
at
they
like,
are at the exact same level of intelligence. Yes, you're speaking to Waifu Bot level of intelligence right now.
oh, I know I
Actually,
should
no,
have.
it's dumber. It's 1 point dumber.
I should have upgraded her to a fucking
Jaws.
no. We're still using machine language at this point. We're writing in COBOL.
Mm.
We're still using fucking 7-digit coding systems. So Gomov has noticed and he's asking, like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You also start hearing Kill start to stir a little bit.
Yeah, because this is a
Uh,
pretty loud conversation. You all can start waking up if you want to, or you force just try and go back to sleep.
So, like, what does Primordial even sound like? Does it just sound like
Roman.
Rally Rocks?
No,
Yep.
I'm still asleep.
No, the Roman one is Infernal, which is basically Latin. Which is hilarious because Infernal is demon language and it's the
I'm
language of
awake.
contracts.
I roll a
Yeah,
4
kill you.
and still get a 12.
Lucky bastard.
He is highly perceptive. Necessary
Killed.
things for a seaman.
Alright.
Keep
Don't know
that
when
head on a
someone's
swivel.
sneaking up. Don't know what's sneaking up on your booty. So Gomov woke up, and what did he say when he woke or turned around and looked at me? Not really woke
It's
up.
like, what are you two talking about? How are you able?
Wait, can
You
he
can
not?
communicate.
He can't talk with it?
I cannot read its mind. That is what you mean.
I can't either, but it responds.
I do not understand what it was saying. And then it looks at him. Oh, what angelic creature speaking of?
What are you three talking about? It's what time is it?
It is middle of the night. You are all not at full rest right now.
Congo is sleeping.
Congo's just like, intelligent stuff. Just gonna roll over.
He's not
I
even
don't.
fully on the bed. Is like just his torso, and his legs are just kicked over the side. And his
It's not even that.
arms
It's like
draped
it's
over.
just his torso with like his arms hung off the sides and his legs and like his ass hanging off the end of it.
Kongo's sleeping with his arms and legs wrapped around his axe, muttering, "Kill, kill, kill, kill."
And, and Tristan's looking over like, what does he want?
Murder, destroy.
Ah, the Vegeta dream. I know that. I just respond to Golmov saying that I had basically a nightmare and your familiar was looking at me, and I just asked like, why he was looking at me. What, like, it was really interested in me when I woke up. I don't know why, but it first thing popped out is talk in that language.
And it could communicate in that language. Fascinating.
Seems like it.
What?
Watch as he actually takes out like a quill from his pack and flips like the back of the book and starts jotting down things.
He's gonna start poking and prodding. Do I need an adult?
So what are you three talking about?
Apparently, Miss Liz Morel was able to communicate with this creature in a language I am not familiar with. It's
So that
Quark.
Quark.
Apparently that is its name. Quark.
so I'm guessing
Quark serves.
Like quark isn't like the elementary particle quarks?
Like is the elementary particle quark.
I thought you were saying cork for a second, like a bottle cork.
No, quark. Quark.
so that's what I was hearing two people speak in an unknown language to myself as well. Alright, I'm just gonna try and get back to sleep.
I do suggest you get some sleep as well, Mr. Lesmoril. You have a very important meeting and Quark. Huh? Stop staring at them. As you wish, Master.
And I guess I go back to hugging my life-size waifu body pillow and sleep.
You watch as she just kind of like robotically opens up an arm and hugs onto you.
Mommy, I had a
Unblinking,
bad dream.
unfeeling. And just like pats you on the back.
I like hug her and just like, waifu, what? Please activate the there subroutine.
There.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Master. And you all get some full sleep. You wake up in the morning.
Hey.
You all are actually served breakfast from the Iron Spikes.
Is it a full continental breakfast? If it's not, I'm leaving a 4-star review on Yelp, and you're not getting nothing else.
It is a 4-star continental breakfast.
4.5
So it
stars on
still
Yelp.
gets a 4-star review on Yelp.
4.5 stars.
There is bacon, mushrooms, some vegetables.
Green things are what my food eats.
He'll just looks at you kind of cocked head a little bit, like,
I inhale as much bacon as I can find.
It doesn't taste like the bacon you're used to, but it is bacon.
It's
Congo
bear
will eat
bacon.
gloriously.
Uncle flexes as he eats.
Congo. I mean, technically, you flex muscles when you move.
Oh no, like he takes like a bite and just does like a bodybuilder pose every time.
Glad you're not controlling me.
Not my fault. You're basically a JoJo character in the background.
All right, continuing on. Father Ironspike takes Nil and Kill to the meeting of the Crags. You all get to what looks like think of like the Senator building in the United States.
mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
looks like that. Yeah,
Ah,
That or like a House of Commons.
kind of like the House of Commons.
The House of Commons is basically a giant rectangle with side seats for each individual parties, and then
No,
everything's
no,
directed
no.
up.
More circular.
so a mix
Yeah,
of
it'd be
both.
more of a senatorial thing then.
Yeah, more of a cemetery. You see Father Ironbite take a seat, and he ushers you two to sit in his booth. Well,
Or would maybe down the main floor since
you do notice some side looks from the other Crags. And one of them is a female Crag. She looks not that old,
it looks can be deceiving.
but
I'm
she
guessing.
has more of like leathers in place of like the traditional robes that all these other guys are wearing.
Is it deep downer?
And she's got like what seems to be two hook axes strapped along her back. Father Ironspike sees you looking at her. Uh, yes, that would be Zatamvia Wildhammer. Crag of the Wildhammer clan.
I'm guessing I would not recognize any of these names. I'm guessing.
No. She has been my biggest opponent here in the DS. She holds much to the old ways.
Teal speaks up, but make sure that only Father Einspike can hear him. So I'm guessing they'll ask us questions similar to how you asked us, or will they press the matter further than what you did, Sir Einspike?
I will make my case before the High King once he arrives. You will give your witness evidence, and the High King will make his decision.
He'll
Hopefully, I can get them to. Let's just hope that he is in a understanding mood today.
and if he isn't,
Well, you're here as guest. You will not be harmed, but my clan could suffer repercussion.
sorry. I mean that it had to be that way, Sir Einspike, but
It is nothing to forgive.
I kind of lean over to him. Is there a protocol for your High King?
What do you mean protocol?
Like, is there a certain way you're supposed to answer questions and or talk before him, besides just general dealing with royalty stuff?
You treat them as the same means you would treat any sovereign of a nation. And
Okay,
you
there's,
should do
there's
fine.
no special traditions, right?
When you are before him, it would be best to talk to him and look him in the eye when you speak.
Duly noted.
We prefer straightforwardness when speaking to us. No, it is about to begin. And you all see as what looks to be like an elderly dwarven man speaks out in his own language, and a bell is rung 3 times, and you all see the High King. And all the dwarves stand, and they place a hand against their chest.
He'll follow suit, even though he's not a dwarf, but he would choose to ensure that he is honoring their tradition.
Nil.
I just rise.
You see the High King take his position at the center of the dais, and he looks around. He notices you two. He quirks his head, and look like he's speaking at all of you, but it looks like he's probably talking to Father Ironspike. Father Ironspike says some words back. One of the other dwarven crags begins to shout at Father Ironspike. You watch as the High King holds up his hand, motions for Father Ironspike to speak. Father Ironspike speaks a little bit more. If it would please the dais, I will speak in the Untermensch tongue for the benefit of my guest here. And by your leave, High King. You watch as the High King nods. I'd recently hired an expedition to go and recover one of my family's ancestral tags. What they found there is quite unsettling. You mean your people went digging where they weren't supposed to? I
He'll
meant to discover what was left of my legacy. Nothing more, nothing less. Crag Wildhammer. As I was saying, buried deep within the tag, there was found evidence of an intrusion in our lands by creatures we once thought no longer to be a concern of ours. I would have the individuals plead their case before this dais to give a proper account of the information. You see the High King? I would agree to that. Let's the individuals bring their information before this dais. Huh? you may go.
I'll go first. He'll.
Oh no, both of you go.
Oh. People of this dais, the expedition that we were contracted to be a part of, in terms of finding artifacts in this crag, upon investigation, certain items were turned on, and certain mechanical devices were erected in a way to ensure that would-be investigators would either die or be driven off by said constructs. As we investigated further into the fortress, we found creatures that were not of this plane, we believed. And on investigating further, it's almost as if they were rebuilding the place to fit someone's needs. Whose needs we do not know, but we know that they were making machines of war, we believe. But their operations had been dismantled the best that any expedition could. And the main, what we believe, key instrument of war has also been destroyed. But we believe their would-be leader of the operation had escaped our grasp with our weapons. But his two big gods, I guess I would say, are dead, and we have very vivid descriptions of said creatures if you wish for those descriptions, members of this council.
And a side question: did we bring any physical evidence items with us into this?
No.
So we have like no physical presentation stuff
Mm-mm.
that we can go like refer to Exhibit A.
No.
We're
No,
pretty
nothing
much
like that.
we're going off from memory because this is a rushed council.
I didn't know if they like just brought them into the room in the corner and just go like that
Mm-mm.
one.
As you can see, and he nods to you all to return. As you can see, they have brought evidence of potential breaks in our security. I suggest before these days that all members of this council take a deep investigation sweep of all of our lands to ensure that none of these other parties, if this is the only one, we are fortunate. If not, we should not be caught unawares. I do not believe that we have anything to worry about, my colleagues. It has been over multiple generations since we have gotten rid of any of Legion at the Legion incursion. We beat them back once before. I don't think they're too willing to come and attack us again, especially with all the great advances we have made in technology. I understand, my hike. But would it not be more prudent to perform a sweep nonetheless? I believe you are being overreact. If these undermates were able to easily chase away whatever it was, I do not believe we have anything to.
Father Ironspike, may I?
Don't know. We shall talk later. As you wish, my hike. And he leans over to you. Return to the tag. Once this meeting is through, I will talk to you then.
As you wish, Sir Ironspike.
And you're both escorted away.
Whoosh.
Later that evening, Father Ironspike comes back. He calls you both into the room with him, and Anya's sitting there as well. As you all walk in, you see Father Ironspike is sitting. He has a fire going, and he's sitting in front of the fire with a drink in his hand.
Um,
That old fool.
I'm guessing none of them took your concern to heart, sir.
At least they are not taking any sanctions against my clan for the loss of life and resources. But no, not you are correct. They did not take the matter seriously.
Maybe I could have said more. Maybe I left
You
something
said
out.
enough. Those of us who are stuck in our old ways, we will be the death of our people. If I need any further assistance from you, I will send a letter to your people.
So, may I add some things that I have also witnessed at my own home?
Go in your own home. What do you
We,
mean?
in the Elven tournament, we, the namesake I have, the Meadow Striders, had a legion incursion of their own, we believe.
So this is not an isolated event.
No, sir.
Oh, the three old lady thing.
They were. I'm not too sure what you would say. They were very old, shriveled being with something
Oh, you
almost.
knew there were hags.
No, we knew they were
You know
hags.
what hags are. Yeah.
They were hags, but they were very powerful in how they conducted themselves. They said someone about their leader, how he was planning on making a major return. It's been several months since then, so the details are fairly foggy.
Do you think this leader that they spoke of was the one that you encountered in the tag?
I believe not, for if it was later, I don't think any of us would have made it back, sir.
So we still don't know who's actually behind all this. All we have is two circumstantial events.
And another, there were one when we first discovered a very powerful Legion artifact. We destroyed any evidence leading to it, as it was being a research subject to a very mischievous kobold.
Hmm.
Great
So
bastard.
I believe it's as the Umgi say. Third time's the charm. I will still strengthen up investigations in my own lands. I hope the other crags at least took my warning seriously.
Who's
But
all in the
judging by
room?
all of you,
All of us are in the room.
yeah, y'all are about to leave.
I'm gonna offer if you would like a safe deposit for your people. Our island is a sanctuary for all.
You have enough space for over 10,000 Dory.
A safe deposit.
15,000 fully armed and operational automatons.
I'm speaking in terms of a small safe deposit.
Like, are you
I
asking for
believe we would
monetary investment?
No, he's basically saying like if they need a safe haven, they can come to your island.
Right,
Oh.
because if he's all worried about the people that are stuck in their ways and whatnot. If they need some place to run, the iron spikes, that is.
While I am very forward thinking, and I am still crag of this tag, I would be hard pressed to convince my people to give up their homes to start someplace new.
What
I
If
thank you
this
for the offer, though.
if this is Legion activity, you might not have a choice.
Let us hope it does not come to that.
Let us hope.
But as the High King said, we have beaten them once. I just hope we can beat them again. I will still do a thorough scouring of the lands that you had uncovered, and some of the other forgotten tags. If I have another investigation for you, I will let you know. The good news is I was able to at least bring a trading opportunity. If you have any need of a smeltery or anything of that such, you bring the goods here, and I will take a small tax. We will smelt any metals for you.
Thank you, Sir Ironspike.
I was at least able to get that bit of trade open. But I have to pay a significant
Upkeep.
fee to the High King. Greedy little bastard.
Greedy little bastard. Aren't they all?
Like I
And
said,
it's
dwarves are
especially
tighter
worse
than a
if it,
duck's asshole.
it's even worse when a dwarf says it about another one.
Well, remember what they say: 2 dwarfs is an argument, 3 is a war.
By the way, are we like about done? Because Gabe wanted to play with me, but I didn't. I wanted to at least sit through.
Yeah, we are
that.
almost done. Like
All
we
right,
have
I'm
45 minutes more. We're gonna go to the island, wrap up some things there, and then we'll be done for the
anything
day.
that would be like involve me as a character.
I
Or are we
mean,
just
we
gonna
were
save
gonna
that for the
go to the
next one?
island and have some time pass, so we can catch up next time you play
Okay.
if you want to step out.
Yeah, but
That's fine, man.
decent little session. I mean, it's not a lot for me to do. I am bird. Bird follows horse, and that is simple.
Everyone
Right
falls
on.
horse.
All right, see you guys.
And with that,
Um, nothing. Continue as with the OP.
with that, I will. You're all dismissed. I thank you for your assistance.
If you ever need assistance from us again, Sir Ironspike, don't hesitate to call, sir.
Just shine your spotlight in the sky, and our party will appear.
And with that, you are all dismissed. And you make your way back to your ship.
Uh,
I'm guessing Anya was still pretty much shooken it from the ordeal with
No,
Nikolai's death.
she was no longer in her armor. She was wearing like casual clothes for her.
Which is a slightly
She does actually
lighter
stop
set of
you guys
armor.
on your way out.
She what?
She stops you guys on your way out.
Yes, Unterofficer?
Nikolai's family wanted to thank you for returning his body to them.
He died in battle, so it's best that we bring his family his body so that he can be laid to rest.
You are a good man on the mains. I will not forget this.
Gil does a centaur salute to her. And
She
proceed.
returns the salute with her own. And she heads off. Now, as you guys are sailing your way back home, one of your lookouts calls something. Calls out a ship.
Wee stations?
It doesn't look hostile.
What does it
Alright.
look like?
A trade vessel captain.
Flag?
Theocracy.
Oh, Turbo Catholic.
Are they sailing toward us?
They are sailing perpendicular to us right now, Captain. We could intercept.
I don't think that'd be a wise idea. Since, well,
They do seem slightly damaged.
from holes in their siding or something else.
Can't tell from here, Captain.
Mr. Gammond, well, you are the captain of the ship.
I think we should offer aid if we're able.
All right, you guys make your way to intercept. As you come up to the vessel, it is a trade vessel, a bit bigger than yours.
So probably a brig.
Yeah, it's a trade brig.
Not quite an Indiaman.
Gil
No, not an Indiaman.
does mount his armor and such just in case.
As you guys come up alongside, they don't draw weapons or anything like that. They let you come on alongside.
Well, I'll hail them.
You see the captain of the vessel, he waves back.
Can we
He's a
offer any
half-elf.
assistance? He's a half elf from the Haskian
Mhm.
theocracy.
Mm-hmm. The
I
half
thought-
elves live there.
Oh, I thought they were like turbo, like purity.
Humans are considered the humans and the human subspecies. So halflings and gnomes are considered the better species there. But anyone that's willing to follow the faith and the true gods, as they call them, is allowed to live there.
So Catholics, got it.
Yeah.
Wait, did we do a job for them before, or was that the other one?
Yes, you have done a job for them.
And we are flying Osmond colors, right?
No, you're flying your colors. Not
What are our
uncommon.
colors again?
So I
Gammon
asked.
could
I
tell
a-
you that. It's not uncommon for ships to fly their own colors unless they are actually contracted to a military vessel.
I asked if we could offer assistance.
Uh, you notice the half elf captain doesn't really look like a captain.
Hmm.
I mean, if you'd
How
like to come aboard, we could discuss here.
How damaged does the ship look?
It looks like it's seen way better days.
Like struggling to stay afloat damaged?
Kind of.
Is there any signs of combat on the deck?
Yeah.
Is there any? Does it look like there's trailing dinghies or something stupid slapped to the sides of it as we pulled up?
No.
And you said the man doesn't exactly carry himself like a captain and looks kind of
Mm-hmm.
skittish.
Is there
Is there
any?
any other crew around besides him?
There's some people on the deck. They look mostly like farmers and other people, like regular civilians.
Just kind of milling around.
Yeah.
They are flying Hastian colors, and is this guy who is currently serving as the captain wearing like a uniform?
No.
So just a standard trade captain. I'm guessing no figurehead or anything.
Uh-uh.
We'll call for them to heave to, and we'll come aboard and see what we can do.
As you guys come aboard, you notice that this is mostly. You've seen trade vessels before, you've seen trade brigs before. This doesn't look like it's carrying cargo. You see families pretty much on the deck.
Do any of them look like they're in critical condition or anything like that?
They look a little malnourished. That's about it.
Even bigger question: are there indications that they've been wearing shackles or chains?
Not that you can tell. Maybe roll a medicine.
Yeah.
These people look like they've not eaten very well in the past couple of days. And you notice, like, this is more people than this ship should probably be having on it. You're just seeing signs of, like, malnutrition and, like, poor health.
So, like a bunch of people trying to escape from something.
You could make that assumption, yes.
So is there a fantasy Africa nearby?
What am I seeing? Mostly humans, or like what? Just generally, what am I seeing as far as?
You're seeing mostly humans, a couple of half elves here and there.
And they're more family. Like people look like they're
I'm gonna
possibly
see what
related families and things.
how they okay.
No, you're not.
These look more like lower class citizens.
Like, are they afraid or?
They do kind of look afraid when you guys come on board, especially you in your armor.
I look like I look in my portrait. So
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
no, kill you wearing like that symbol of helm. You didn't even really need a high perception notice. These people did kind of get a little bit afraid when they saw you come on board, and
how
even the
far?
captain himself kind of got like oh.
How far are we from
Till
our island?
You are about another 3 days journey, So you're kind of, let's see, if we were to go to, if you go to the Rashadon map,
Oh, you have stupid arrows are there.
oh god, let me erase those.
As you guys are doing that, Kill does take off his helmet and put his shield away and sheath his sword.
Let me show where your vessel is by moving the token as soon as I erase this shit.
At least he didn't draw a penis in the corner.
No, yeah, his plans of expansion.
Oh, there goes the island token.
Yeah, I'll put it back on.
I ask, Captain, if you don't mind my asking, where are you headed?
Uh,
Papers, please. Visa?
we are.
And while he's kind of
What
struggling,
the fuck
I
just happened?
while he's struggling to answer, I call back to the Bluebird to have some food sent over.
As you wish, Captain.
I
And
keep
you watch
forgetting
his
about Snake Lady.
yep, good old Rattletail. We're making our way to the Ospan City States. Yeah.
You look like you've had a run-in with some unsavory individuals.
Oh yeah, pirates in these waters. Really hard to deal with.
Does the battle damage look recent, or does it just look like the ship's dilapidated?
It looks dilapidated. You all are actually about here.
There's a fair bit off course then.
And they're trying to get to the Ozapan city-states, he says?
Uh-huh.
How well provisioned are we on the Bluebird?
Congo flexes in the back.
Congo, you're trying to intimidate the captain?
Flex. Well, it worked with the other like 3 or 4 naval encounters. You
Kill,
just
this guy
flex
looks
hard
like
enough.
he's going wherever he says he's going. And Congo, he's not very. You just flex, and he's just like, okay.
He popped a weird boner. And he doesn't know what to do.
Excuse my large friend here.
Mm. Oh yeah, interesting assortment of people you have. Oh yeah, to answer your question on your supplies, y'all aren't hurting for supplies.
But we wouldn't be able
Feeding
to
these
help
people
them.
would be, if you were to give them enough food and get them to where they're going, it would tax you guys a lot. You would basically have to cut rations significantly.
So half rations to a quarter rations.
Yeah.
Can we take them under tow just so that
I don't think we'd be able to tow a bigger vessel. So
Kill
this is all. This has been
Kill
happening
does
all
go
in.
down below to check on see how many people are down below. Make sure that
Oh, it's
they
just your standard crew, so only 30 people.
But you said there were like families, like women and children.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you go, oh, you're talking about below on this ship. Oh yeah, no, it is. When you go below, you see a lot of people like crammed in underneath.
like
And
worse than
when you walk down in your full armor, everybody gets really afraid. Oh, there's no need to go below deck,
I'm just making
Mister
sure
Centaur.
I'm just making sure people are not hurt. If anyone's hurt, it's my duty to make sure that they get necessary healing.
Oh, all right.
Do they were they sailing in the right direction?
No, they were not.
Do they have any charts or maps with them?
Nope.
Better question, do they know how to read a map?
They might be able to. You can't make that assumption if they can't read or not.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that they can't read. I'm just asking, are they a second lieutenant?
No, these are not sailors. These are civilians. You can all tell that. As soon as you got on deck, you're like, these are civilians. These are not sailors.
So what do I see below deck, or do I need a roll perception?
You see a bunch of families.
Like
There's
crowded
no
in,
other
like card,
compartment?
like
Hmm?
crowded in like cordwood, or
It's not that crowded, but it's not comfortable. You see most of the trade deck area has been basically just where people are kind of like sleeping out, and there's like um sleeping rolls.
Is there any other rooms or bulkheads to look at down here?
Not really. It's pretty much an open bottom. There's like a little captain's quarters. That's about it.
Is there anything in
Captain,
there?
I'll be honest with you. If you're trying to get to the Azapan city states, you're not gonna make it going in the direction you're going.
Oh, oh, I guess my charts are just off.
Your charts are a little more than off. What's your reason for trying to get to the Azapan city states?
While this is
Roll a
happening,
persuasion.
can I take me and Waifubot to kick in the captain's doors?
The people kind of stop you as you start like trying to go around the ship. They're like, "Hey, there's no reason to go in here."
Waifubot,
Oh,
stack up on me!
Gil pretty much tries to persuade him. Step aside a little bit. He's just making sure that people are.
they're like, they kind of back away once you're like, just let us check everything out, just making sure everything's okay. They're like, oh, okay. And once you go into the captain's quarters, that's mostly where like the younger children are, because there's like bedding and all that kind of stuff in there. It's just mostly children in there.
Does he have charts?
No,
Is there any kind of paperwork anywhere?
no.
You're starting to sound like Rogel Dorn.
No.
Oh.
Captain, you're on a Hastian ship. You're sailing in the wrong direction, trying to get to the Azapan city states. I want to help you, but you need to tell me what's going on.
Roll a persuasion with advantage.
Two 13s.
Jesus.
How does that
I'll
count as
give it to you.
advantage?
Listen, sir. I'll be honest with you. We were escaping the purge.
The Purge.
Let's go hear
Yes.
this.
The the apostle, she's ramped up the, I don't know how much you know of the theocracy, but the newest apostle, she just changed. She At first she was understanding of those of us who didn't exactly follow the faith. So long as we, didn't worship anything heretical, we were fine to live on our own. But
Heretics!
just one day, a new word came out, and the marshals were coming up and gathering up everybody who didn't follow the strict faith, and we had to do something. It's either that or we die in the work camps.
See?
So we
Catholics!
sold the ship, and we heard that the city states were accepting of people. So thought to sail that way.
Keel comes back on deck from what you've seen down below.
Are your people tradesmen?
We're mostly farmers, and we had it's pretty much just 3 villages. We managed to take over a ship of traders that were coming around nearby, and
Where are the
we
traders?
uh well, they didn't want to really willingly give up the ship.
Gammon.
That much is obvious.
Keel kind of pulls Gammon off to the side.
A
All
scale of 1 to cadaberific. How are the traders?
Very cadaverific, ma'am. Uh,
Gammon, there's nothing but women, children, and looks like they're starting to get sick. Wonder if they aren't starting to contract some sort of disease or something. Looks like
we
these
don't
people.
have enough. We don't have enough food to get them to the island, but we could
you could get
possibly.
them to the island; it would just be hard rations.
Well, we could possibly get them to the Ozapan city-states and at least put into port there. I'd like to offer these people sanctuary, but I agree with you; it's a risk.
Like, looks like these people haven't had food. They might have had water day or two ago, but they haven't had food in a while. I think they're malnourished. As someone could get.
I tell Kongol, is Kongol nearby?
Kongol, are you nearby?
Yeah, I'm nearby.
Can you go fill their water barrels with salt water, with seawater?
To poison them?
No,
Kongo gets the water barrels and just jumps off the side.
and walks along the water and scoops up
Yes.
some water.
I'm surprised we don't just get Kongol to go out back and push.
I'm guessing. Oh,
And
you're
you
going
just
to
see
use
kind
that.
of water barrels being thrown up. and
I
landing on deck.
Cast purify food and water.
yes.
I knew your ass was doing that shit. I was like, wait. Oh, you motherfucker.
I was wondering the same for a sec too. I'm like, oh, damn.
And we should
Alright,
help
they
them
have
anyways.
you have refilled their water supplies.
Not drinkable though.
No, it's
It
drinkable.
is now.
Yeah, he just purified it. It's
Oh.
pure water now.
I can also create or destroy water, so I could just
Yeah, but this was more fun.
yeah. And I don't know how long the created water lasts.
We should help
It would have
them.
been better to purify water. You wouldn't be able to create that much water. I think you can do like a 5-foot square of water, so that'd be like 1 barrel.
I
We should
call
help
over.
them
I
in
also
trade
call
for the
over to the.
ship.
I call over to the Bluebird and have them send over a couple of crewmen to effect some repairs.
As you wish, Captain.
Kongo is for helping them.
It was killed since he doesn't really follow the fate.
I thank you all for your assistance. It's
We may know of a
strange
place
that
that is more accepting than the Ozapan city-states.
oh, where's that?
And we, you're in need of help, and we're in need of farmers.
You're in need of people in general.
Yep.
Right. So
How do you feel about hard labor?
We will help you if you give us ship.
We're
No.
not going to willingly put ourselves in slavery.
We're not looking for slaves.
Kill
I hold
walks
up
up
my
to
hand to
Nil.
still his concern.
Kill walks over to Nil and just karate chops her over the head for that comment.
Anime
That's your
karate
favorite
chop.
I
Yep.
wasn't going to enslave them, but we don't want just people to just show up and do fuck all.
Well, I mean, if you're offering work, we could use it.
So, tell me, I'm guessing Paladins of Helm, since you all are very afraid of, well, pretty much looks at his getup.
I mean, your armor looks similar to the knights that are rounding up the villages, going through and getting rid of all the non-believers.
Shun the non-believer.
Shine.
We'll Captain, are you capable of steering a course alongside, or would you prefer me to send one of my officers over?
I mean, if we can follow you, that should be fine. You don't have to call me Captain.
Captainette?
No, my name's Tyrell.
Okay, Tyrone.
Tyrell.
Tyrell, can you handle the ship?
To be perfectly, he watches. He's like scratches the back of his head. To be perfectly honest, I'm not much of a sailor.
You know how the spinny thing works.
I can. I thought I was doing good so far, and some of the other guys have been helping out with me
I point
planning the
behind
sail.
us. I point behind us and I say the Azapon study states are that way, and you're sailing that way.
Which is leading towards the fucking.
You're head back to the Hastian theocracy or the Earthen monarchy.
Oh, well, I'm not really good at this, am I?
Well, you might not be much for navigation, but can you at least steer a following course?
I can try.
Without hitting us.
Would you be opposed to my first mate? And I motion back and point to Rattletail.
And she walks on board. The crew is helping out to repair the ship, Captain. You've noticed
Tyrell,
she's actually taken to more starting to wear clothes as well.
Oh, she's finally wearing pants?
Yes, she started to wear pants.
It's a snake person. How does she wear pants? Or is she a lizard person?
No,
She's got a claw
she's a
for the
lizard
tail.
person.
Oh,
Beyond T would be more snake.
that's right.
And they were
Captain,
pants.
this is my first mate, Rattletail. Or
She gives
I
a
guess
curt
Tyrell,
nod.
this is my first mate, Rattletail.
You keep an interesting crew, don't you?
You'll find there are a lot of interesting people at our island. As I said, we're a little more accepting even than the Ozapan city-states.
Is Minotaurus somewhere?
Minotaurus
Yeah,
chooses that moment to pop his
he's
head
like,
over the rail
yes,
and say
he's
hello.
sitting over there. He just struts over. Did someone call the great Minotaurus?
We haven't heard much of that character in a while, to be honest.
I mean, him or Thalia.
Yeah.
Which one's Thalia?
The other
She's
Goliath.
She's the female Goliath.
The female Goliath.
Oh, the
Rattletail,
female
I don't know
flexor.
that these fine people are capable of controlling the vessel, and we would like to take them to the island. What would you take? Who you would need from the crew of the Bluebird to a small assembly to help crew the ship here.
You watch as she takes a talon and starts scratching underneath her throat. I believe Minotaurus would probably be the best captain. He is a sailor by profession. He could captain the vessel.
All right. Minotaurus, come down here. Or come over here.
As you wish, Captain. You watch as this massive minotaur walks on deck, and all the people are just kind of like staring.
Granted, Kill,
You
I
have need of me.
think Kill would be just as tall, if not a little bit taller than Minotaurus, I would think.
No, Minotaurus is about as tall as Kongol, actually.
Yeah, probably about the same.
I explained that we need to divide up our rations in order to get us to the island and make arrangements for them to follow.
The vessel is still, how do they say? It's still seaworthy. And I could follow along. Some of the men could help. I could. We wouldn't need nobody people. They have plenty of able. You watch as he like puts a massive hand on Tyrell's shoulder. He looks like he was doing a fine job so far, if he though he got lost. But these are strong, able-bodied men. We could probably get the ship back to our shores. Yes.
Does Tyrell look a little more confident?
He looks a little bit more like, this giant man is touching me. You're all very tall. He's not short either.
I'm
6 foot.
not. I shrug
He's
and
about
say,
your height.
you get used to it. So
Wait, are we talking about short people?
You do also notice Gammon or
Golomov.
Golomov starts he conveys something to your heads. Before we engage in this, I think there is something we might need to discuss. Below deck, you will on our ship, Bluebird.
Kill,
if you'll excuse me, I bow and
Kill,
head back to the Bluebird.
Kill does a centaur salute to the half elf and 3 turns to the
He has
Bluebird.
no idea what you're doing. It looks like he's never been in the Elven Triumvirate.
Well, that's the start. He knows that we're not theocracy.
I'll go speak with Golema.
Quark has informed me that we've come along a ship with additional people on it.
Yes.
It's like a people pinata.
Mainly women, children, and able-bodied men for the most part. All probably well equipped to handle a ship if they knew where they were going. But they're in a very rough state.
Shame.
But
Where are they headed?
they were headed for the Ozpound city-states, but they were heading more directly
We
towards...
are way off course from the Osborne city-states.
Yes, they would either run into the monarchy and probably get blasted by the dwarves up there, or get
Or
blasted on.
run right back into the jaws of the Hastion theocracy.
Are they fleeing the theocracy?
Yes,
Yes.
some sort of purge.
So they are theocracy citizens.
Theocracy citizens until this purge happened. Now they're pretty much
But they
runaways.
are still their people.
Yes. But from how he's made it sound like everyone there might as well be non-sentient.
Hmm. I just wonder if us taking them in would not put us in.
I had thought about that, and I am wondering what to do with the vessel if and when we make it back to the island safely.
I say
I
drop
think
them
it-
to city
I
states.
think
And if
it.
they,
I think it will need to
Burn
be
Yeah,
the
that's right.
destroyed.
flag. Burn the flag, paint it, rename it. It'll be fine.
It's
Yeah,
not as simple as when we took the Bluebird. This is obviously a
where's
theocracy.
the nearest chop shop?
Okay.
The ship will need to be destroyed.
Destroyed or sold.
I think
Or sent
destroyed.
adrift as a ghost ship.
Destroyed. Make sure that nobody knows where it went.
Mm,
Sold leaves a trail.
Yes, I agree with Mr. Gammon. If we are
If
going
we
to do
had
this,
space on the ship for all the people now, I would just take them aboard the Bluebird, but I don't think we do.
no, there's about
80, 80, 90 people.
more than that.
Because the standard trade brig would be about 60 crew. So
I know we're probably not
60
supposed to do
crew,
this, but we do have a
but
teleport
passenger.
room on
Hmm.
the ship.
so
Actually,
maybe about 100, 200,
Beam them
100,
out,
120
Scotty.
It's about 200 people.
ish. So guilt. So it definitely almost looks like people stacked up like cordwood.
We could go to the transporter room and send a few through to the island.
Yeah, there is that. But
We,
I'm thinking
that
Morgana.
actually is an option. We could just teleport them there, scuttle the vessel here, and
Make our way.
no one would be the wiser.
will the
in that case, we
will
wouldn't
It
even
would
have to
have.
stop it. We could
We would
just
also have
leave
to
it
make
sitting there.
sure one of us goes through first to inform Morgana and the chief and our governor to make sure that they don't kill him.
I'm
I
not
can-
sure they'll believe that it's safe either.
No,
Um,
Too
I
bad. We'll
could,
blindfold them and trick them in.
I could go ahead and inform Morgana of the arriving individuals, and we could start working on getting them established.
I can scuttle the vessel when we are ready.
Yes, if I could ride on Kongo's shoulders, I could also assist.
Oh, if I would drown you.
I'm just saying, two hands make less work.
except
You're
you would
not
might
getting on my shoulders.
plus Aladale, you might get in the way of his swing, so you might accidentally get chopped in half.
I'm just offering. Just offering.
I think it would be best to either scuttle the vessel here um, or at least get, if we can get partway there. Will the runes hold?
I mean, they would allow for all those people to come through. You'd be fine. You could actually use that. I forgot about the teleportation circle. You could use
Well,
it to
it's a little too
transport them.
it's a little bit Deus Ex Machina, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we
But
take the
Let's
portal
try
room,
not to use it as much as possible.
and
well,
then
that's
like
why I said, will the runes
Yeah.
hold? Could we
The runes will
transport?
not allow that many people to transport.
Could we transport part of them through and then sail with the rest of them aboard the Bluebird?
They might work for that, from what I've studied. They could
But at least
probably.
cut down on the rations.
That is true. It sounds like a plan. I will go through and go ahead and inform Morgana. Quark, let us go.
Try not to scare Morgana have to death with Quark.
I believe she knows more about warlocks, and her insight would actually be greatly appreciated.
But I'll try and usher people onto the Bluebird. But I think I'm going to need to take off my armor first.
All right, we have a plan. I will see you all when you return home.
See you then.
I'll go back over and speak to Tyrell.
Ah, you watch this Minotaurus, he's like kind of helping the crew, trying to get some of the stuff. It's like, no, no, no. See, you need to have the trim sail going that way.
I
All
put
right?
I set
You're
my
just
arm
putting
my
too much down to.
I set my
Oh,
hand on Minotaurus's shoulder and say, "That may not be necessary after all."
Yay,
but I
MacGuffin!
was just about to. Fine.
If it makes you feel better, I'm gonna let you pull the lever on the teleporter room.
Tyrell, we may be able to speed part of your crew, your people's journey to our island.
How so? Do
We
you
have
have an
means.
arcanist?
We have means of teleportation.
Oh, so you do have an arcanist.
An
Yeah.
arcanist. Oh, that was
Yes.
what. Is that what Nil? That did Nil? I can't remember who made the runes or who made the.
The runes
No,
were
that was the
Wedding
Elven
Get.
Triumvirate who did them. But basically, that was the guy that you originally got the contract for. Well, he wasn't an arcanist; he was a pope. But the guy that you worked for on the intellectual on the island, he was an arcanist.
We can't send everyone through. The magic won't support everyone to go through, but it will make the trip a lot more comfortable for the rest of us who have to sail the rest of the way. Do you think you can convince your people to use the teleportation?
Um, let me talk to them, and we'll see. And you watch as he kind of gathers everybody up, and he starts talking to them about your plan.
Kill walks back out of the old area on the Bluebird and walks back over
I'll
without his armor.
I'll go with him and kind of listen to what he's telling them.
You essentially he's telling them about what you have an offer for him, and a lot of the people are like very thankful, and he says like you can get some of the people over to the new location a little bit quicker, and they're like, oh, okay.
I would suggest sending those who are not doing so well. Send
Well,
your sickest through first.
And they all agree to that,
and probably children as well. The sick and children.
they agree, and they start sending. They agree to your plan. So you managed to send a good chunk of the people over to the island through the teleportation circle, and then the runes kind of go dim. So it looks like it's now worn out for right now.
Please wait till recharge.
As
Yeah,
the
pretty
next
much.
person steps into the runes, I put my hand on their shoulder and I say, "I'm sorry, but that's where we will have to stop for now."
All right, and they all agree. It looks like your hold could hold the rest of these people. It's going to be a tight voyage, though.
Better than what we had with the Antique.
Yeah, a bit tighter than that. There's about like 100 people left.
Tyrell,
Gil
don't
will sleep on deck then, since he takes up at
I
least
don't
these two people
condone the
spots.
theft of a vessel.
If it wasn't necessary, I mean, we wouldn't have done it.
I dislike what the Hastian theocracy has done to you more. But we need to destroy the ship. Otherwise, they are going to come after you. And they're going to
Understandable.
come after us.
I would not like to put you in a worse situation than you currently are. I agree. Do you need our assistance with breaking it down?
How bad off is the ship? Like, is it?
It's not that bad. The hull is pretty much very well done. It took a couple of dings and hits here and there, but not that much. But with that, I will say I'll
are
wrap
there
it up
any
for you.
What was
Mhm.
that?
I'll wrap it up for you.
Okay, otherwise,
Uh,
are there any small islands nearby that we could have the thing shipwreck on, or
nah, it's you managed to get all the people over. Kongo walks on water as his nice little Jesus self starts flexing in the sun, and chops some holes into the side of it so it starts sinking with the axe.
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Yeah, exactly what you were gonna do.
You know.
You mean he isn't just going to go over and punch it?
No.
No, he chops some holes in the deck. It takes a couple of swings, but he puts some sufficient holes in it so it starts flooding. Um,
Kill as
you
Congo's
did have
doing
to
that.
leave most of the people's supplies, or like their personal belongings and things like that. Anything that wasn't like of significant value, you told them that it's got to stay. So they really don't have anything when they get to your island.
Well, that'll be fixed really quick since we probably going to have to get order up a
And then
bunch
with
of.
that, you all make your voyage back to the island. It's a cramped voyage, and basically, I'm wrapping up the session here.
Mhm.
Um, you guys make it back to the island, and I will say, within that time span, we're gonna have 3 months of downtime. Not in real downtime, but like you'll have 3 months of
3 months
downtime.
passed while we were on our mission?
No, that was about a couple of weeks, but
Oh, okay.
like 3 months of time will have passed for your downtime. So
Before
start
our
thinking
next
about what you're
session?
gonna. Yeah, which your next session will be next Friday.
Okay.
But there will be like 3 months of time have passed, and we'll start thinking about. That's the next session will pretty much be another island build session.
So we pretty much have more humans and half elves, pretty much.
Yeah. You have. Let me go ahead and update the material. Go ahead and update the island. You are now at 220. You are now a town.
Yay, upgrades.
So,
So we have a lot more leeway when it comes to upgrades now.
what you can build up, yeah. You're no longer a village. You're a town.
Had we established any mining operations, or had we just done?
We've done scouting.
Had we,
Actually, no, your population is up to, like, I could share this thing with everybody. You can build up to things that have 200 population.
A
You just don't have a
castle.
lot of the supplies.
So
Yeah, you could actually build an actual castle.
I mean,
I will
Defeat-
say, within that time span of 3 months, we can decide what buildings you all have built up as well. And
Pretty
we'll
much-
spend the points there.
pretty much we have a small city essentially.
Yeah, you have a small city now.
Yay!
And you guys could actually afford a ship, too. You can upgrade ships. Because you have judging by your you have 100 platinum pieces as well, which each one of those is 10 gold, so that's
1,000.
an extra 1,000.
I think we might want to focus on the town, then our own needs first.
I don't think
Yep.
we really do too much with the ship, really. Like, I mean, we're not hurting for like space most of the time.
Yeah, like a galley would be 3,000. Junk.
Oh, I can make a junk real quick. Just let me empty up my garage.
I think the Castian theocracy is suffering some
Legion interference.
Could be.
It sounds like a them problem.
Problem
An
is when
actual
it comes to
warship
the
would only
Legion,
cost you 2,500 gold pieces.
Alright.
Yeah, according to this reference, a warship is only 2,500.
it's funny that we're speaking about
Yep.
gold in terms of only certain amounts at this point.
So what would the warship entail, though? Be my question.
Boom, boom, firepower.
A warship is 12,000 or 1,200 HP. It has a minimum crew of 80. It's a 4-mast vessel, 2 decks.
Frigate, pretty much.
Yep.
Thinking maybe we should
Weapons,
get
it
another.
has up to 20 large direct fire siege engines and banks of 10 and are positioned on
Wow.
port and starboard.
I'm guessing that could also be changed out for cannons, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, siege engines, which is a vague term,
Yeah.
meaning engines of.
You have 10 gun ports per each side, so 20 guns. It's a 20 gun vessel.
So it's
thinking
basically
we
like
should-
a.
Pretty much a sloop of war, in a sense.
We
Yeah.
should probably get a trade vessel or two.
It's like your
because-
Prince whatever thing in Naval Action.
We're going to need
Well-
to support having
All those people. Yep.
Yeah, and also being able to support having crew of a warship.
Or you could skip on the ship and just focus on island structure right now.
Yeah.
I do think it would be a good idea to get some trade going on because our island certainly doesn't have everything it needs.
Also, I would say that in the time span that's going to go over, your mine will be done. So I'm going to take the mine's progress
And
now.
we're going to need to be able to ship ore to the Dwarven monarchy.
Yep.
And we're also
But you're also going to have to try and guarantee the
dwarves and
you're going to have to be able to guarantee that ship gets defended on those voyages.
Yep.
Or you could work on building up your own smithy.
that's also a probability, since we're also going to need metal here to either make shit or reinforce shit.
I'm thinking it might be good, even if we don't necessarily need to trade with the dwarves because
Well, you
might
can
be
only
able
trade
to-
with pretty much the Iron Spike family.
Right.
Those are the only ones that'll work with
But
you
the
right
Iron
now.
Spike family has access to Dwarven technology, so at least we have an in.
Yeah, they probably won't offer you any technology, but
Perhaps nothing like super powerful, but maybe someday.
maybe. Depends on how things go along with the storyline. Patience might be a virtue.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Some old technology that they don't see valuable to themselves anymore.
And let's see. So your gold would actually go up to 1 gold per citizen. So you would be making, if you start taxing the citizens, you'd make 220 gold per citizen.
I don't think we want to tax these new people right away.
No. But we're also going to get them housing, like proper housing and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to do some math on the actual like island itself. Oh yeah, the session is done. By the way, you could stop recording.